Manchester United 2, Everton 1. You know, this is a fixture that has caused us massive problems.
Yes.
In recent years, we've really struggled there. It's a fixture that is obviously fiercely contested, and it's a fixture, though, more importantly, that we had to win off the back of what happened this time last week against Manchester City, you know, midweek against Ammonia. Ten Hag said the real test is today, and we came through it.
We did come through. I think, you know, I'm feeling really positive, and I'm really happy about that performance. I think that when we conceded that first goal, we saw it on the match view. I was really, I was
fuming.
I was so unhappy because I thought, here we go again. Like, we've seen that so many times of slow start, and you know what's about to come, the collapse, the fragility. But I was really impressed today with how together Manchester United were. I think that you can talk about individual performances, and I'm sure we will, but I thought as a team, as a unit, I liked United again today. And that has been a point this season of there have been ups and downs, and it will continue to go up and down like that. We're going to have those moments. We're going to have what we had last weekend. We're going to have, even when we win games like in the week against people like Ammonia, where you're saying it's Ammonia and they're bad and we should be better and we've got really good players. But then you're going to have games like today where Everton are a good side. They've had good results recently, hardly conceded any goals in the Premier League, 7 odd games unbeaten in the Premier League. And we dominated that game. We played really good stuff, and we reacted to adversity twice, going 1-0 down. In addition to that, you get really bad VAR call, and we could have collapsed after that. And not that you would blame them, but you would say, we were still fragile. We're still trying to work through that. But we played well. I think Eric Ten Hag's got, you're going to be really happy coming out of that game. And I think, obviously, we will talk about individuals, but certainly there as well, some good performances. So I'm happy. I'm happy with that performance, and I'm happy with a win.
Yeah, 100%. It feels really refreshing to get that win because we know how important it was. But the biggest kind of thing of it was this Ronaldo situation, because we was all umming and ahhing with Martial getting that injury beforehand, and we was worried that during the game he's going to end up pulling up, and that they tried to test it out. Yeah. He had a positive impact on the game, gets an assist, but his back gives in, or his hip or whatever it is. Yeah. And Ronaldo comes on, and look, there was two ways of looking at that in that moment. Either clearly this is not what the manager wanted to do because Ronaldo would have started, or here's an opportunity. The door's open for Ronaldo. He didn't just go to Jadon Sancho and put Rashford up front, which would show real, like I really don't want Ronaldo up front. He didn't, and Ronaldo produced a good winning goal.
100%. And this is what I'm talking about when it comes to Ronaldo, that obviously we're always going to talk about him. He's such a big player, he's such a big name, and he's always in the news, especially at the moment. So we're always going to talk about him. But I'm happy to talk about him after nights like tonight. This is when you want to talk about Ronaldo, because you're talking about him because he positively affected the game. He scored. And when he came on, when Martial went off, it was, first of all, the injury. But two, you're thinking, we're going to lose that mobility. We're going to lose that fluidity. When Martial has played for us, when he has come on and had these cameos, he's either scored or assisted, and he did it again today. We're going to lose that.
It's actually another cameo for a minute.
Exactly. Only plays 30 minutes. But we thought that was going to be the case. That was going to happen again. Ronaldo, they were just trying everything to get him to score in the week. But today he did prove to those people that said, he can't play under Eric Ten Hag. He still clearly has something to offer, even at this advanced stage in his career. And that's probably the best game he's had all season. I thought he looked effective. I thought on the counter-attack, his link-up play was good. He was linking up with Anthony. I've never bought into this whole thing about him being a negative influence in the dressing room or anything like that. I've said it during pre-season. I thought that was hogwash, especially with the report this week. You can buy into certain elements of it, maybe from the source where it comes from. Maybe that's independent of Ronaldo. That's kind of, taking a step back. That's about his future, about where he sees himself after the World Cup. But in terms of today, this is the time, like I said, that you want to talk about Ronaldo. When he's playing and he doesn't score, we're talking about him going, is he good enough, etc. When he comes off the bench and he doesn't score, if he just comes off the bench, you go, he's on the bench. If he doesn't play, it's why isn't he playing?
It's always about him.
It's always about him. But today, you're talking positively because he came on at a time which we went, here we go again, affected the game positively, scored a goal. Hopefully it's the beginning of many.
Does it prove that why you can't write him off? And not saying that you have, but I'm saying in general.
Yeah.
And does it prove that actually he can play in a Ten Hag system? There's this thing of like, the reason why Ten Hag's not playing him is because he doesn't fit Ten Hag system.
Yeah.
That's it, done.
Yeah.
But actually, he's already, Ten Hag has showed us that. Mm-hmm. We haven't made that up. Ten Hag showed us, the fans, that his preference has not been Ronaldo.
Yeah.
But also, he has always shown us, and told us in press conferences and whatnot and interviews that there is a space for Ronaldo. He can contribute. It's a long season.
Yeah.
And that's where he's right.
Yeah, well, that's why in that report in the week, I didn't buy into parts of it where, the part where it said that he believed Ten Hag was unnecessarily wedded to the Ajax style of play. And at the time I said, well, we're not playing that. We're not doing that. If anything, this season, Erik Ten Hag's been nothing but flexible. He's playing 2 or 3 different ways. Initially in pre-season, he wanted to play the Ajax way. Didn't work out. Went into a counter-attack style of play. And today, I would say it was kind of a hybrid of both. We dominated possession, but we still played on the break quite a bit. And I think it goes to show that Erik Ten Hag's flexible enough just to win games.
He's not that stubborn, is he?
He's not stubborn till you have to. He's stubborn on principles, i.e. aggression, commitment, mentality. He's stubborn on that. But when it comes to players and when it comes to other aspects, i.e., certain how players can fit in and maybe you don't have to press completely from the front or play on the break a little bit. Of course, Ronaldo can fit into that. And why should we doubt what the manager says?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
he's from him.
He said it in the press conferences. He's going to have a part to play. Sometimes you might think he's just taking the club line or the PR line, but clearly Ronaldo has a part to play. And I really do hope, honestly, I really hope that however long Martial's out for, we don't know. But when he does come back, it's a conversation of, does Martial come back in? Not because it's Ronaldo and you can't drop Ronaldo and this is what he's done in the past. No, it's about what is Ronaldo doing now? If he's scoring goals now, he makes it difficult for Ten Hag to drop him now. And that should be any player in the squad. No one should have preferential or special treatment. If they're playing well, they play. If they're not playing well, they don't play, irrespective of if you're Ronaldo or you're Martial or you're whoever. Today, Ronaldo played well. He'll play on Thursday. He deserves to play next weekend because of how well he played. That's it.
Luke Shaw is another player coming in today off the back of Malacia being poor. Rightly so, taken off twice at half-time. Ten Hag again showing no preferential treatment. That's the same way Malacia even got a start because 2 games in a row, Shaw was bad at the start of the season. Really good today, Luke Shaw. Front foot, kept Anthony Gordon completely quiet. Nothing came down that side. Attacked well, good in possession, good in the tackle. Is that, again, another, reminder that just don't write players off under this manager. I'm not saying keep Luke Shaw, give him a new contract. It's not about that. We're only talking about now. But again, another player buying into the fact of competition. And then there's an opening there. Manager's trusted in me now. I'm going to go for it. And the same with Casemiro.
I thought he was excellent. I thought Luke Shaw was excellent today. I know BT gave Casemiro the man of the match. I'd give it to Luke Shaw, even though I do think Casemiro had his best performance in the United shirt. Of course, the error at the start, we saw that. But I also thought he reacted well. In addition to that, I thought some of his passes, the ones he didn't give away, were actually quite positive, and his link up with the 4 players were good. Shaw, as I mentioned, I thought it's the best game I've seen him have for United for ages.
Yeah, he was really
good. It goes to show that he has seen the competition. He saw Terrell Malacia in pre-season. He saw his attitude and how infectious he was. And he went, I've got to shape up. Quite literally, I've got to shape up.
I will not play.
I will not play. And he's got a year left on his contract. Otherwise, I'm out. I'm out of the door. And that's now a healthy competition I like to see at left back. It shouldn't be, you kind of get where Luke Shaw has been in the last couple of years by having no competition. He was sure of his place. He was always going to play. He was a sure thing. Hey, do you like that?
Sure thing.
Yeah.
Sure thing.
Yeah. That's a bad one. So that's it was a good one, thank you. He was a sure thing at left back, so he continued to play and he kind of maybe let himself go in terms of his performances, in terms of his mentality. But today we saw aggression, and again it goes back to that's what Ten Hag wants. He's flexible on the tactics, not on the principles. He wants to see aggressiveness, he wants to see running, he wants to see willingness, and I thought Shaw epitomised all of that today. So I thought he did very well, and now it becomes a bit like Ronaldo. Shaw's got to play the next match. We won, and he played very well. Earn your spot in the team. It's not radical stuff, really, is it? It's not that difficult.
Basics: play well, keep sharp.
Exactly, and that's exactly it. So I think that the door was slightly open. He kicked it through. Now the left back spot's his for now, until he slips up again.
Until he slips up again. Look at that negative.